Hello guys, as every Friday, my commitment with you is to share some important information that give you insight about some topic is related with the financial area. So as we said the last week, we start talking about detailed explanation, should you buy or rent. Okay, so we already explained all the cost about buying a property. Today we're gonna explain the cost about renting, and we're gonna explain the final conclusion and how you can take a decision, but with information. So all the details and I give it to you in the previous video, and today is based in data and bank information, Statista website, accounting explanation. So everything have facts. Okay, so before we started, I'm going to introduce myself for the people is new in the channel. My name is Veronica. I'm a chemical engineer and have years of experience working in the corporate world. And in this channel, I'm going to share with you insight about abundance, about self-love, and how you can develop yourself. Because I firmly believe that if you want to achieve any goal in your life, you need these three pillars. So let's start it with the rent. So for example, if we are choosing a property of 380 pounds, that is the prices of the property, I was searching that some property around this price in some certain area of London, the renting is gonna cost 1,500 roughly. However, we have to consider two main information. As I mentioned before in the previous before, to make the exercise simple and more realistic, we're gonna consider that we're gonna renting 5 years for the exercise. So consider that we're gonna rent in 5 years, and we have to consider then the inflation rate. The inflation rate for this year in UK was around 7.66%. However, for the following years, it's going down. So if I using for example, for the forecast for 24 is 3.65, the forecast for 2025 is 2.026, and 2% for the rest of the year. So what we have to do the exercise to know how much we want to pay every year, we have to use 1,500 and to multiply by the 1.00. We're gonna use 3% of inflation rate for every year. We're gonna have an average. Okay, so we're gonna have the first year we're gonna pay around 1,550. The next year we have to calculate over the 1 year. I'm gonna give you a table with all the numbers in the corner. Okay, I calculate with 1,450. So first year is 1,493. Second year 1,538. Second year is 1,583. Fourth year 1,631, and final year is 1,713. So the average is around 1,590. So with this number, we're gonna compare our final price around buying a property. So there is several websites, and some that I give it to you the option to enter all this number and give you the chart that you can compare with this data, all the data which are defined. So if our mortgage that have have an interest rate of 6% because of 2023 and inflation for rent of 3%, with these two numbers today is better to rent than selling. That is considering too some very important information that I didn't mention before, and now it's very important to mention that when you buy a property, the property is increased in the time. So this is another condition that you have to keep in mind. The annual appreciation. The annual appreciation of this year have been around, let me think about it. Yeah, I have this number before. Was around 6%. But the accounting tried to be very conservative around this number, and they used to give us to do the exercise between 1 to 2%. So be very conservative with 1 to 2% is when we have the result that our option is better renting than buying. But the reality and what is the speculation about how it's going to be the annual appreciation for houses in the future, because remember the market of houses all the time is going up, sometimes go down, sometimes up, but in the long time it's going to be up. That this is always is going to be between 3 and 4%. So if we considering 3 to 4%, at that point, after 5 to 10 years, we're gonna gain more money buying a house. So what is the key here to take an opportunity or to take an action? Try to realize what is right now the rate of the bank is very high to ask a mortgage. So it's not the best time to ask a mortgage, but the mortgage is going to be down, and in 2025 it's going to be a better place for us if we want to buy a house. Saying that, for selling a property, we have to sell it when the price is more higher, right? So right now is a good time, but we're going to have to pay for renting if you don't have two houses, right? So try to keep in mind to play with this number. Annual appreciation, that is for buying, and interest rate. Remember, right now is the worst year because it's 6%, around 6%, but the forecast for the next year is gonna be low. So don't lose your hope. Still, there is many room from the future to buy your own house. Okay. So if you like this video, if you like this content, give me a like, subscribe for my channel. I always want to share with you, my commitment with you is give you the best information as possible with all the details I can. So share information. If you have any comment, are very welcome. And as I always said, share information and let's make a community.